Okay, fuckers, welcome back. Continuing onwards with draw a reference object from different angle and rotate, which is essentially, again, the broken draw exercises, right? I think this is just gonna be my way to go forward, which is just drawing a fucking giant line and using that as my perspective. And it will help me with really visualizing the perspective as well. It's kind of my crutch, right? And I don't like using crutches. I'm very insistent, as anybody who's watched my older videos up until literally when I started doing this 2 days ago would know that I really try to visualize everything, but maybe it's okay to have some help. It hurts to say those words. But yeah, right now, what do we have? A fucking, what is this called again? SuperAni stainless kettle. SuperAni, I have to do the accent. From June Home Supply. Please boycott this company. Fuck, I accidentally clicked on this link. Yeah, it's from Pinterest, whatever. Anyways, I drew this a little bit earlier today, just to try to understand the shapes a bit more. And I think I'm slowly getting it down, right? It's less about the shapes and more about the relation of the shapes, right? Like yeah, it's more about the relationship between the shapes, but well, let's start with this. I always start with there you go. That is the spout as we have established, right? And then it essentially, if this is my perspective, it's coming down like so. Then this is right, and this thing's actually kind of tiny. I maybe made it a bit too big. And this is the spout, and I'm trying to visualize it. That doesn't look amazing, but it's fine. It is what it is, right? And let's see. This is a relatively. It's about the relationship. So if I try to visualize, it should be right around here, right? Because this is pretty fucking big. I made this pretty damn big, but that's okay because I need to visualize it anyways after a certain point. Actually, wait, no, what am I doing? Ah, okay, I see. Well, I made this curve incorrect, but we'll ignore that for now. And again, I'm really God, my fucking throat. I'm really visualizing, as I was trying to say before I fucking retardedly spazzed out my throat. Wait, I think that line is actually also incorrect. If this is the perspective I'm looking at, right? It's like this. So okay, it should be around here. So yeah, let's ignore that line. And this is the line. Which means it's something like so. I'm just simplifying this as well for the time being. something like that, where it visualizing this is obviously difficult, but I kind of already fucked up there. But now this is the center, so something like it's the tip, kind of bulges out. Not the tip, the fuck am I saying? The handle. And we have this as the centerpiece. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Although, of course, I guess the lines are actually, obviously, the unconfident lines are the issue. But hey, that's not bad. I did really try there. So let's keep going. I mean, not I guess, but I should note down the inconsistencies, which is technically this is not technically this is off perspective. This is slightly misaligned. It should have stopped here. So this thing came down here, then this, yeah, should have come down there. So let's just say slightly misaligned. Blah, blah, blah. Well, biggest thing is just unconfident lines, right? But honestly, slowly getting better at visualizing this entire thing, for sure. The question is, what should be? I guess for me, it's just placing everything in an orientation that makes sense, right? Because now it's gonna look like this. So if we follow along, yeah, it's gonna be right around here. Right? Yeah. And then is it like this? Right? From this angle? I think that makes sense. And then obviously That's the spout. We have this tingamajiggy, which is also, if it's curving in, what does that look like? So like that? Okay, and then I should probably, let's see, something like, well, something like that, and then should curve it. I'm trying to think. This thing, we're looking at it from more of a down view. So actually, maybe this is incorrect, but actually, this is actually a very difficult perspective now that I think about it. I think maybe I fucked up with these lines. Okay, and we have to take foreshortening into account. That's incorrect. It's actually should just be bulging out like that. And then yeah, this thing again, the opposite side, but we don't really see that at all. Yeah, I completely forgot about this little like beveled cylinder. And then I think I fucked this up in terms of the perspective because it's coming down like this. This should have been wider, like so. I think it should have been wider. And then we have the middle, which that is not in center whatsoever. Okay, that's a lot of mistakes, but it is surprisingly, or not very surprisingly at all, very difficult to literally imagine an entire fucking pot. So I just got to keep going, right? Just take a break. What I need to do is just really fucking focus the shit out of my brain on visualizing this thing. Like, really focus the shit out of my brain on visualizing this thing. Because I make the most progress when I'm just fucking thinking super hard. Right? I think this is also incorrect. But let's see. But either way, let's just move on. Right? Okay, I think that works a little. I obviously did make a mistake here, but that's okay. I fucked this up a little bit as well. That's alright as well. This should have been angled more this way. I angled it. Yeah, it's angled incorrectly. Yeah, it's all off center and shit. This is really fun. You might be wondering, how could you possibly be having fun when it looks like garbage? Because it'll always look like garbage. That is the truth. That's the only way to approach it. Is the fact that this will always look bad. It's just, oh, see, it's supposed to be raised. That's another thing. I haven't taken into account that this is a raised, like this part right here. No wonder it's been looking so off. But yeah, that's a raised platform. It's like, like that, right? That's actually what the lid is like. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's it's raised. So that's something I need to keep in mind as well. Can we rest my brain again? How long has it been? Only been 20 minutes? Amazing. Yeah, I can see why Broken Draw put this as like a level 4 of his in terms of, because there's 5 levels and he put it as level 4 in terms of the level of difficulty, because this is very difficult, right? It's very difficult. And again, it's easy to watch somebody else do it. It's easy to look at something like this and be like, ah, yes, of course I can do it. But to replicate it, not as easy. And again, just for my own sake, let's draw the orthographic view. Well, might as well start from here then. Well, it's like this. It's curved. From what I can tell of the reference, yeah. Actually, it's supposed to be more like this. And then it's actually really convenient that the reference is just this very simple view as well. Just a little bit inwards, goes down like that. That's like this. And then I guess this is like this little surrounding over here, right? The cylinder, the very flat cylinder. And then same thing. It's like that, right? And then we have something that basically I'm getting a message from work, but I'm technically off work now. I'm actually not, but we live in different time zones, so who gives a shit? Not me. It's like this, roughly. And then let's just put, for the time being, just like a little block there, right? I think it's the curves that I'm having the trouble with, right? Like these little subtle changes. That's what's been fucking me. And then yeah, this is just wee. It's flat. Looks like that. Right? That is what we're trying to make three-dimensional. Wait, what did this guy message me? Okay, whatever. I can deal with that after. But yeah, let's keep going. This may also be, I think this is also slightly off perspective. This is really good practice though. Actually, wait, so... Yeah, no, that's correct actually. This is what's off perspective. And here it's like this. Here it's like that. Right, and then here we have it more like just slightly. Actually, wait, is it like that? No, it's like this. Yeah, there you go. This is the correct one. This is the correct one. So, let's see where it goes from here. Yeah, I keep trying to keep what Kim Jong-il says in mind. It's like, really try to focus on the picture. It's fucking hard as shit, bro. It is really hard to have that in your mind. And I'm pretty decent when it comes to visualizing things, but... It's like that, and then this one's like this. Yeah, so this was actually off perspective. This is the correct one over here now. Right? Okay, not as spouty, but I guess that's fine. Okay, and then Just measuring out what it would be. Again, I gotta think about the box that this is encompassed in, right? So that's the center. Then maybe I should try something a bit different, which is it's kind of annoying because I see this back one here as well, but whatever, let's just ignore that. Okay, right. Then we're going inward. What the fuck? Like my head's like leaning over. What am I doing with my what is the point of that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm like, if this is where the paper is, my head's like this. My neck is leaning over, and that's really dumb. I need to be able to look at this straight on and just visualize it no matter what. And of course, it's scary. In the sense you're like, okay, I don't know if this is correct, but we won't know till we try. See, I think this is a bit better now, right? It's a bit better? Wait, no. This should have been shorter. No wonder it looks lopsided. Whereas it should have been longer. I should have been going. It was diverging. I think that's what the problem was. And then we have. If it's raised, then okay. Then it should be something like. Yeah, this is jutting out way too far. Should have been maybe more like this. Or like that. Interesting. Well, at the very least, I can note that this is starting to look a little bit better, right? This part right here technically is in perspective. Obviously, the proportion keeps fucking changing. Apart from the spout, which I seem to, and this, I think the biggest thing is the pot. So how about we only draw the pot now, right? With the lid. That's probably a good thing to do. Okay, let me do that. Right, draw the entire thing, see where the weaknesses are, break it down again, draw the entire thing, see where the weaknesses are, break it down again. I think that's seems to be the way to go when it comes to art, right? Push your limits, try to figure out the entire thing, see what shapes you do understand, what you don't understand, what perspectives you do and don't, and then do it again. Like build it up, break it down. That's what Antonio's one of his videos was. It's all about construction, then deconstruction, and then construction again. which I'm trying to keep in mind, right? So let's just say this is off perspective. Again, it's like for this one, it's like that. So actually, this follows it. This follows it. It's like this. Oh yeah, this plane, this plane, this plane. It's just when you look at this, it should. Yeah, it definitely should have been this line here. Right, because this is the plane that's jutting outward. Although this is actually incorrect. It should have been more like this. There you go. Ah, yeah, see, that makes a lot more sense when it's jutting out like that. Jutting out like this. So this is actually the correct one. This looked off because this was actually incorrect. That makes a lot of sense. And then same here. This is again down there. Right, so we have that little square bracket roughly around there. But this doesn't look like it's curving like so, right? Why doesn't it look like it's curving like so? Why don't we feel like it's coming out like that? Well, let me take a little break. Oh, now it's too much to the right. Fucking hell, bro, I can never... So first, it was like this? Damn, okay. Alright, let's redraw these shapes. This is so fucking fun. I've realized that what I need to do is start making a list of all the things that I've started learning how to draw. So sometimes it's literally just forgetting what your visual library is, right? So it might be best to start noting down all the things that I've learned to draw so I can simply recall it whenever I need to. Because I am not a genius, right? I don't have incredible memory to the capacity where I can just draw on a visual library. Although, that's just because I'm new. I'm only 2 years, 5 months now at this point. Almost 5 months into learning art. So, yeah, clearly it takes time. Let me just draw some of these shapes in the same perspective, right? But over here. Okay, so it's kind of... So what's off here? Oh, this isn't long enough. There you go. So there's that. So it's getting a bit better, just the pot shape. Right, I'm just gonna draw the actual container a bit over and over. That's the goal, is to draw thin ass lines like Master Kim. Hmm. This one's a bit fucky. The biggest thing is the perspective, obviously. Gotta keep the entire perspective in mind. So, let's just say that's the vanishing point. So I'm coming here. Is that correct? No, it's not. I completely forgot the vanishing point. So. It should have been like that. Okay. And over here as well. That actually might be incorrect. I might be I might be converging it a bit too fast. That's if the convergence was like right here. But if it was, then this would look different too. So let's just ignore that. That's a mistake on my end. And let's think. Is that correct? It's this shape. Right. It's this. It's jutting out. So. I need to, but it's very subtle too, so I need to figure that out. Because. Nah, see, that doesn't work. Either. Let's see. This. What we need is a curve. A subtle curve. So how can we think about it then? Right, and then this is where it rests on top. How much time has passed? 40 minutes? Damn, dude. Ah, there you go. Again, it's the lines that are also not helping either. I'm also in the process of understanding how I personally visualize. I think I've talked about this before, but sometimes just how you visualize something, it's really dependent. Ah, see, there you go. It's more consistent, but again, this thing needs to be much larger in relation, right? Like if this is this curved little top, this is how big. No, this is how big the the little top thick part needs to be. And that shape's also a bit difficult to draw because it comes out and then inwards, and then you have this. Like that. And for me, it's just okay, what do I indicate? Like, what part do I need to indicate? What part do I need to not indicate? Yeah, I mean, it is good practice all the same. See? And then that. But that might be a bit too much. Yeah, that's too small as well. So, again, following this thing's example, there you go. That's a pretty good ratio. Still a bit too big, but see? That way we have the subtle curve. Okay, let me rest my brain. Alright, let's try again. And maybe I'll stick to making it a bit smaller up until I get my own proportions correct, right? But yeah, I can see how Broken Draw has 10 years of experience almost. Well, he says almost a decade, so I'm assuming he has like 9 years, right? But I can see how he's able to. And again, like Antonio almost has a decade of experience as well. Seems like that decade is a good point where you're like, okay, like I'm decently proficient. Right? I'm not saying they're quote unquote decently proficient. I would say for my own standards, right? But yeah, just gotta keep going. And I'm slowly starting to realize, not starting to realize, I fucking say this shit all the time, but I really need to lean into how I visualize, right? I don't see the fucking thing. For me, the best visualizations occur where I see it in sort of flashes, like it keeps cropping up because I keep thinking about that. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I'm calculating while I'm thinking about it. It's the best way to describe it. But Yeah, let's just do another one. And let's see, I have 15 minutes, roughly. So I'll just do as many as I can. And then maybe I'll fill this out later on in my own time. But I'm really happy. I'm very, very, like, I mean, it's just fucking fun, isn't it? But I'm going to get rid of the reference now because honestly, it's a teapot, bro. Or actually, is it called a teapot? Shit. Keep forgetting what this piece of shit's called. Yeah, it's a teapot. It's a teapot, right? Or a kettle, sorry. Same shit, I guess. So I think the proportions matter much less than the shapes. Because then once I know the shapes, I can blend the proportions as much as I want. So yeah. I know I did say I was gonna draw all the individual shapes, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. So let's try doing the entire thing again. Okay. So now we have something like that. And let's see. This is great practice. I think honestly doing it smaller is the way to go for the time being. Because that way I can really focus on just the lines, right? The cleaner my lines, even if there are mistakes, the better it looks, right? That's just how it is. This looks shitty. Why? Because there's a fucking weird ass line there. This looks shitty. Why? Because these lines weren't confident. But this looks okay, even if it's a bit jiggly and wiggly, because it's a consistent line, right? Line. What's with the what's with the nasally voice, Biggie? Okay, so ah shit. I definitely fucked that up a little. But actually, is there any way to salvage this? I don't think so. Right. Hmm. Well, what went wrong? Actually, this is off perspective. That's what went wrong. Right? So, this is the perspective we've established. This is not going in that direction. Because it's not going in that direction, this actually. There you go. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. This is not. Right here. It should have been way more subtle. Should have been like that. No. Actually, wait, what? Yeah, it should have been like so. There you go. That's what it needs to follow. This general thing. Same with this is perspective here. So I should have made it go down like so. There you go. And then this would have been able to. See, that makes a lot more sense. Cool. Okay, let me rest my brain. Okay, I think I'm gonna start off with drawing this part then. Okay, so if this is like that, and here it's a bit less. So something like that. Okay, and then oh wait. I'm trying to figure this out. Because it really should have been like this. There you go. That's what it should have been like. Because yeah, then I can do this. And then we have Something like that. Okay, spout is very obviously shit, and it's obviously misaligned, right? But I think, because obviously, this is the perspective. Actually, wait, is it? It's no, it's this. Yeah, this is the perspective. So this is misaligned, and yeah, this is too big. This should be a oh, okay. I think I know what's going on here. Yeah, like I have to make this ellipse much closer, right? Then that's the only way. Yeah, if I look at the reference, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That ellipse has to be a lot closer because if we think about it, right? Same again, like this perspective, it's going down, right? This ellipse, whatever, like this shit, it only makes sense there you go if it's clearly tightly knit together, right? This can't be so far away because then there's a lot of distance to travel, right? There's a huge gap here now, but that gap doesn't actually exist. It should be a much smaller gap like this, because that's what it's like in the reference. We have to think, this is another part of spatial reasoning, is the fact that you have to think about the relative distance between these two things. I did a horrible fucking, as always, I gave an incredibly shit example, but if I were to give a better example, it'd be something like, okay, so again, I'm like rushing through this example, whatever. The point is, if it's kind of like this is the perspective, and this thing doesn't have much distance in between it, right? Like this and this, then we need it to be more closer together. That's the only way this is going to make sense, right? It's the only way. Because now we have drastically reduced this distance over here, and this is centered, and it's aligned properly. That's the way I'm seeing it. I'm probably going to draw this shape a bunch more in my spare time. I love doing this, just like the small little spare time drawings. Really, really fun. Because it sort of lets me soak it in a bit better. Okay, it's already been an hour. Let me draw one more. Let me draw one more and really think about these shapes, right? Because it's coming in like so. Basically straight on. So that's what I need to do. something like that. I know this is actually a bit off uh, center and shit, but that's the point. And I made this a lot bigger, but that's what needs to happen. Right, there you go. See how much more sense that makes, right? Because yeah, then we can just align this, align that. This is in the fucking middle, so it's just a little. Okay, like obviously I kind of misaligned it from the middle, but the point is, this clearly, I'd like to think, makes a lot more sense, right? And then this is where we should probably have I fucked this up a little. Something like that, right? Just make it a shadow. Look at that. It doesn't matter when it's just a shadow now. That doesn't make any sense, of course. But and obviously I should have made actually this way more of an angle. But the point being, mistakes and lines and all that stuff aside, there's definitely an improvement from this to this, right? Especially in the centering and the shaping of it all. So I will take that as a W. And with that being said, I mean, I had a great fucking, this was amazing. This was so fun, right? And this shit actually kind of makes everything look a bit cooler, right? It definitely creates a nice composition, and I can continue thinking like that. But yeah, I mean, I can always say that I tried to, yeah, I'm just trying to think as hard as I can. I think the only thing I'm still giving myself crap for is not thinking hard enough, but I'd like to believe that just comes with time and experience. I'm doing my best. I genuinely would like to believe that I'm doing my best. So we could just leave it at that, right? Just doing my best. Doing my best. Oh shit! Can you see that? Doing my best. There you go. Actually, maybe you did see it the first time. Can't tell. Either way, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing and please give me money.